Welcome, crypto fam, to No One Daily Bitcoin Pod. In today's show, I'll be sharing the latest Bitcoin technical analysis. Also, Senator Lummis tells CoinDesk that Bitcoin's market cap is going to grow to $200 trillion, sending Bitcoin skyrocketing to $9.5 million per coin. She says, I don't want to save in dollars. What do we call them, folks, by the way? We'll also be discussing Bitcoin held by publicly listed firms climbed 16% here in the first quarter of the year. I've been breaking down this latest report by Bitwise. Also, breaking news, Tokyo listed Value Creation vows to add another 700,000 to their Bitcoin holdings. That's right. The amount is quite modest, but comes amid a growing trend in Japan of adopting the pretty little bitty going up forever Laura as a corporate treasury asset. We'll also be discussing Bitcoin takes backseat as Trump and Bukele focus on trade and immigration. I'll be giving you all the updates from Bitcoin president, as well as obviously both our Bitcoin presidents, I can say now. Also, El Salvador just bought the Bitcoin dip while Bukele met with Trump. I'll share with you the proof of work. We also have a advantageous bull prediction of Bitcoin surging to $137,000 by quarter three, possibly if the Treasury of the United States continues their liquidity injections. We'll also be discussing the United States has countless ways to bolster their Bitcoin reserves. According to Bo Hines, that's right, the U.S. is exploring every option to fund America's strategic Bitcoin reserve, according to the White House Crypto Council Executive Director, Bo Hines. We'll also be taking a look at the overall crypto market, all this plus so much mother frickin' more right here in today's show. Welcome everyone to the live stream and happy Tuesday. Almost feels like a Saturday today. It's weird. Shout out everyone in the live chat. What it do? Mr. Corvette, the Oracle, all our mods. Good to have you here. Shalom, says Scott. Shalom, brother. Welcome to the live stream. Shout out our one and only Darth Melda. East Afro King. What up, champion? Good afternoon, Chris, FTX Trader. Welcome to the live stream. Fantastic day here. We're live streaming live right now on X, Rumble, and YouTube. I'm going to go ahead and check the X feed. Please remember to comment, quote the stream, as all comments and quotes on the X feed will get reposted in real time. And I'm going to go ahead and pin the feed so you can find it pretty easily. And today I'm rocking the black on black, black cap, black shirt. So it should be easy to recognize. And today we're correcting a little bit, unfortunately, but still maintaining at about 84,000. At the time of the live stream, shout out everyone in advance who has already started dropping comments and quotes. East Afro back with the CNA fam for another great show with your host, JB, and Nippinator, of course. Nippinator's always holding it down. Shout out JC Ice. Appreciate you. We're live. Come in and chat with the family. That's right. Shout out Crypto Gay Clay. VMT 1965. Of course, Darth Melda. You're the greatest. Good to have you here with us. And the rest of the fam, nice congrats on your accomplishment. Chris, I know you've have work for that. What are we celebrating? Did you achieve one of your biddy stacking goals? Let me know. What does that say? I knackered, got my second Dan and Jew. Oh, snap. You're rising in the ranks of jiu-jitsu. Congratulations, brother. That's a massive accomplishment. I finally have one Bitcoin. No, you sank a boat. Good reminder. Shout out OG Bring Facts. Make sure you're following him over on X. We appreciate you, OG. Just said you would repost. But anyways, let's freaking go. Let's blow the stream up.
Oh my gosh, it's finally almost here. JV is going to talk to us. Crypto news is near. I can't stand waiting. There is no debating. I waited all day. Maybe I need a life, but Bitcoin is all I can think about day and night. Hurry, JV.
I'm stepping up my game today. This is espresso number 3. Nowhere near our Oracle's levels. There's levels to the game. But I'm proud. Third espresso, and it's only 4 o'clock. So I'll be nice and caffeinated up. By the time of 4:20, we'll strike the gong infinite times today, whatever it takes, of course. Good to have you here, Fairground, watching from Cornwall, England. Keeping it fair, my man. Who Who else we have here? Let us know. This is live and interactive. We already got 200 people on the stream. Nippinator somewhere in the building, I'm sure. If I move my chair, we'll spot them. But yeah, it's a Tuesday. Markets are a little quiet today. A little correction. Happy Taco Tuesday. Does anyone actually eat tacos on Tuesday? I'm curious. Is that like a legit thing? Are we ordering tacos today? Do what you got to do. I got you on the reminder. Stay caffeinated up. Put the caffeine in the canteen. Whatever it takes. But yeah, I got me a nice fresh cup of Joe here. Espresso, that is. This is like the super dark. I don't put nothing in it, so it's just pure black, super black, dark roast. And we got some water as a chaser here today. Good stuff. Happy Taco Tuesday, Tammy. Good to have you here. Toast on Tuesday. Yeah. Welcome to the Bitcoin Cafe with the CNA fam. This one's for the broskies. Can't forget the baddies either. Nippinator's always lurking alongside Lock Sky. This gong strikes for y'all. Boom. I bought a Bitcoin. I love watching the footage of Trump and Bukele. Same here. That was really cool. There were some fudsters asking some moronic questions, and Bukele really put them in their place, and Trump as well. I found that fascinating. They were trying to FUD, what they're doing over there, and that didn't work. And Bukele already tweeted today that he misses President T. Trump refers to Bukele as President B, so Trump is President T. So shout out President T and President B, our Bitcoin Prez. Let's go. Shout out Greg. Good to have you here, broski. Welcome to the live stream. Once you go black, you never go back. That's what they say. Same thing with Mac. Once I went Mac, I never went back to Windows. But I don't know. With coffee, it may be true. Just personally, I know milk is poison, and I'm just trying to avoid the poisons in my life. And even like the milks I thought were good for you, like, the organic almond milk, they're so high in lectins, as Oracle pointed out to me, it's like, why even drink it at that point? Jeez Louise. Agreed. Now, Bukele dresses like a real man, unlike, who's that asshole from the Ukraine, Zelensky. He wears the sweatpants. It's like, what are we, 12? Yeah, I agree. I like Bukele's style. I resemble the same exact beard as the Bukele beard. We're practically brothers. We're brohams. Hey, I'm at work watching the best show on the tube. Love your brother. Right back at you, DNA. And do I have to hit the gong for you now? You know the game, the name of the game. And shout out to the Oracle. She's back with the caffeine in the canteen. Excellent. I saw CoffeeZilla do a post on X regarding it. I didn't get to watch it, but I'll be watching it. I'm a fan. I like his investigations, and that's good. I heard he interviewed one of the core devs or one of the leaders of that project, so it'll be interesting to see their defense. Zelensky wears a dress. Exactly. We all know he's gay. Yes, Bukele does wear his suit well. Zelensky showed up in sweats to the White House. Great idea. Yeah. I drink my coffee straight black, but it is better to be black, not watered down. Precisely. Bukele knows how to dress in style for a president. Agreed. Exactly. We're bringing style back. Enough of the transgenders in the, positions of power where they're rocking the dresses with the makeup. Imagine that. Imagine that. Good sunny day. That's awesome to hear. DNA, don't get me started. Don't get me started, broski. But anyways, fam, if you're new to the channel, very important, smash the likes, go ahead, subscribe, ring the bell, turn on all notifications to receive daily premium crypto news alerts every single day, 7 days a week, just like this. Today is pod number 1964. I'm your host, JV. It's April 15th, 2025. It's Taco Tuesday, apparently. And let's kick this mofo off with our market watch as we do each and every day. Pretty little bitty, taking a little breather here today, currently correcting and in the red, down about 1% on the day, maintaining above 84,000 at the time of the live stream. We also have Ether in the red, XRP in the bulk of the market correcting. And checking out coinmarketcap.com. The current crypto market cap sits at 2.65 trillion. Biddy market cap just shy of 1.67 trillion. And we have roughly 72 billion worth of volume for the past 24 hours, with Bitcoin dominance today coming in at 62.9%, ultimately meaning we're back on the rise. Ether dominance stagnated at 7.3%. And checking out top 100 crypto gainers past 24 hours, believe it or not, Mantra, which got rugged, losing 90% of its market value. Nice little bounce back today of 30%, but in the grand scheme of things, that's nothing. It's less than an $800 million market cap, and just a couple of days ago, it was like 5-6 billion. So still the majority of the market cap has been wiped out. Toncoin up a modest 3%, and Story up a modest 3%. That's because the majority of the market is correcting and in the red. And checking out the crypto bubbles, I like to use this just for the visual perspective. On the daily here, safe to say 95% of the market correcting and in the red. On the weekly, a good sign. 95% of the market pumping and in the green. I dig it. And checking out the monthly here, give me a second. Frog in my throat. Fartcoin up 166% on the month, but the majority of the market correcting and in the red. And checking out the crypto greed and fear index. Today at 38 fear, yesterday at 31, last week at 24, and last month at 30 in fear. And checking out the infamous time chain calendar. We're on block number 892,562 today. We have 157,438 blocks into the halving of 2028. And we got a divine omen, 1188 sats per dollar, and 1111. You already know, 88's intelligent infinity and 11 is a divine omen. Combine the two, and you can currently exchange one fiat monopoly dollar for 1,188 sats. So put down the gats, pick up some sats, and pick up some Bitcoin caps from my man Sergio over at bitcoincaps.net. And if you don't know, now you know. And again, welcome everyone joining the stream. Close to 400 people here. I'm going to check the X feed again. Love the bubbles and the daily platform for me to look at. Definitely right on. That map is cryptobubbles.net. Shout out Shandy, the one and only. Greatly appreciate you. And we did update the Pump Watch playlist with all the latest brand new Shandy jams. So whenever we have our next Pump Watch, we'll have an updated playlist. Just hit you with a repost. Thank you, Chandy. Number one Bitcoin music, hands down. Fairground, JV, and the Nippinator, the Diamond Slayer are awaiting you on the live stream right motherfucking now. Right now, to how. Shout out Short Coin. I'm glad you enjoy that. Come on live with us. Shout out Chris181. What it do? And we also have Dave Schumann. Nippinator's live. JV2. Well, thanks for not forgetting about me. And there you have it. Please take off the caps. Yeah, you don't want to type comments with your caps locked because then it seems like you're screaming, as 99% of the people are going to have their caps off. Unless it's something, obviously, you need to shout under a circumstance. You better not duck me soon, says Sammy G. Got the boxing glove there. Are you challenging me to a boxing match, Sammy? I'm just playing. Okay, thank you, Chandy. I like that you just reposted Fax's meme. I like that one. I finally have one Bitcoin. You sank a boat, you idiot. What are you, R-tarded? Don't be the R-tarded. All right. But anyways, let me check you guys from my secondary account as well. The meme that never gets old. I was trolling like a mofo yesterday. I must have posted that on like 50 different alleged space posts. Like, you know, the Katy Perry fake space videos coming out of the capsule. And then Bezos is like waiting to open it for them. And then inside they accidentally open it. And then they're like, wait, we're not ready yet. And they close it and pretend it hasn't been opened yet. It's the most staged thing I've ever seen. That I'm shocked that any human being believes it's real. And so I had to troll. Look at me, I'm in space. Date to date. But anyways, hilarious. When have you seen astronauts go to space in yoga pants and no helmets? The most retarded shit ever. And that's not even my quote. That's someone else saying that. I couldn't agree more with that one, unfortunately. It is what it is. But anyways, let me hit you guys with a repost. Again, my secondary backup account is BTC News Alerts. Make sure you guys are following that on X. I appreciate that. And as soon as I'm done reposting. We'll dive into our TA astrology for the broskies. Rainy day here in Puerto Rico. Let me know where you guys are tuned in from. You know it's live and interactive. NASA to deceive, correct. A great acronym for NASA is never a straight answer. They're 100% satanic. Everything they do has Satanism involved in it, because a big part of pretending space is real is discrediting God. And unfortunately, Satan has a strong presence on our earth, and through influencers and alleged billionaires. It's like just common sense would tell you, if you achieved wealth and you became a billionaire, a very rare thing to achieve. Maybe there's 1,000 billionaires in the world. The last thing in your mind would be, put me in a space shuttle where I can sacrifice my life if something goes wrong and we explode. Like any billionaire would ever in their right mind do that. So it leads me to believe that anyone pushing the fake space hoax, they're obviously compromised. Elon Musk rat, Jeff Bezos. Or they're mentally retarded. And I've never met a mentally retarded billionaire. Have you? I'll let that one sink in, gentlemen. Let's go, Colorado in the building. Yeah, I saw 2 no helmets, not very organized. Something happened. It looked worse than them faking the moon landing when they had Stanley, what's his name, that directed the moon landing. Stanley, was it Kubrick? Mexico Huddle. I saw it installed X yesterday so I can listen to Chandy 10. Let's go, Chandy for the win. Jump in, my man. Let's go to Titanic. Exactly. One of them went to the bottom of the ocean and imploded. Yeah, so bottom line, there was no rocket. That was all CGI. And if a rocket existed just for the photos, maybe it did. And it's probably like a balloon. Who knows? But I know one thing. No billionaire in their right mind would dare set foot in a rocket that could potentially, even if there was a 1/4% chance of it exploding, they would never in their right mind go in it because they're not mentally retarded, right? But you have to be mentally retarded to believe it. Sorry. The Oracle rain like I've never seen, been raining too. It's been raining here too. Raining here. But anyways, it's almost 4:20. It's 4:19 to be precise. Shout out Chandy. I see a lot of comments. I'm going to repost a few more and we'll dive into our TA. I think I'm completed my rant for now. You're exactly right, JV. They are the devil, 100%. The biggest trick the devil ever pulled was convincing humanity that he doesn't exist. Demonic forces, of course they exist, just as God forces exist. There's no positive without negative, right? But of course, the people with all the wealth of the monopoly board here on our planet are all satanic, unfortunately. Like they do things such as rock upside down crosses, Elon Musk rat, and they do a lot of satanic things. And anyone in the know knows. It is what it is. Reposted. Thank you, Oracle. 72 degrees and sunny. I'm retarded and I am wealthy. I could be the first retarded billionaire. My man. Happy 420. In fact, it's now 421. That's a blackjack. So let's dive into our TA astrology for the broskies. And shout out to the bitty baddies holding it down. Headline reads, Bitcoin trader doubts breakout significance of the Bitcoin price nears 87,000. And I promise I'll pull up the live charts here shortly. This chart is the 1 hour, and you can see where we're currently at here. Trading view showed Bitcoin seeking to break 86. Continued strength through the weekend, set up the USD Bitcoin pair for an attack on levels closer to 90. These absent since early March. We were hoping to recover to 90, but we're struggling to get back above. Concerns over the macroeconomic volatility with the U.S. trade war at its center, nonetheless kept market participants from calling an end to the Bitcoin bull market correction, quitting them here. It's funny watching sentiment shift so quickly. Just days ago, everyone was calling for 50. Now we're rushing to flip bullish. I don't know who was calling for 50, but I digress. This emotional roller coaster is exactly why most traders lose money. While short-term momentum appears bullish, bullish, we still face multiple resistance hurdles before confirming the correction is finito, complete, yo. And you already know. Stock Money Lizards, what a username, lizard folk, saw range-bound Bitcoin price action, continuing prior to the retest of the most significant longer-term resistance nearer to 100 Gs. My outlook remains cautiously optimistic. Expect continued ranging between 78 to 88 for several weeks as the biddy builds energy for the next move. Once we clear the 97 zone, the path to 110 plus becomes much more viable by late summer. Let me know if you agree or disagree with the analysts. Now, a key topic of conversation amongst the traders is the biddy price breakthrough attempt, focusing on the multi-month downward trend line. We have an analyst quoting them here alongside the chart. If the higher high is successful, which is likely in my opinion, then it can retrace for a higher low anywhere above the low before it runs to the wedge target of above 100 Gs. So my question for you, when do you feel we'll likely recapture the infamous 100K milestone, 6 figures? Let me know. And in other news, Senator Lummis tells CoinDesk Bitcoin's market cap is going to grow to 200 trillion. And just keep in mind, the total addressable market of the world is like 900 trillion. So that's like probably like a fourth of all the money in the world flowing into Bitcoin, sending Bitcoin parabolic to 9.5 million per coin. And she reminds us, I don't want to save in dollars. So I asked the question, what do we call them, folks that like to save the fiat currency at a bank? Let me know. And we'll pull up some of the live charts, fam-a-lam. And again, welcome everyone joining us. 600 people on the live stream. Let's see here. Let me pull up for you guys. Live chart, Action Jackson satisfaction. 10 minute, we do have a bear scenario sitting at just shy of 80 Gs, which is about a $4,000 down scenario from the current price action. Looking at the hourly, this is via TradingView via Coinbase. We do have a rising wedgie formation. We do have a bull scenario at 88,000, roughly a $4,000 jump from the current price action. Bear scenario on the hourly chart at 78.6. Zooming out a little further, taking a look at the 4 hour, the Quattro Aurora. Here you go. You can see here, unfortunately, we dropped from that, rectangle position. And obviously, we're dropping right now in real time. You can see on the 4 hour chart, past 12 hours have been bearish, unfortunately. And we do have some bear scenarios sitting at around $73,000 and 69 in that range. And zooming out a little further, we take a look at a daily. As you can see, red candle formed on the day. Yesterday was a green candle close. The day before that was red. The day before that green. It's like red, green, red, green, red, green. We do have a bull red scenario just shy of 112,000, which would take us back to price discovery. And we haven't achieved price discovery all-time high since January. It was actually on Inauguration Day, Jan 20th. Checking out the weekly, finally we had a green weekly candle close, which is good and bullish. And here we are, trying to maintain the bullishness and continue marching north to the 90,000 level. Currently struggling to do so. Cup and handle target sitting at 124,000 on the weekly chart. Zooming out a little further, we take a quick look at a monthly. And as you can see, I hope we resume the bullish momentum since January, but we shall soon see. Let me know your thoughts as far as the biddy price action, where you feel the pretty little biddy will likely take us next. And I'll read your comments out loud. Welcome everyone to the live stream. Let's get it. Before my espresso gets cold, let's sip it down.
Oh, bring me up, biddy glow. Price discovery, yeah, let it show. Bang, 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 like a B-52, we built a biddy.
Stacked revolutionary love shack. I'm stacking sats like it's Max and Stacy. Stacking sats cause tax is crazy. I'm stacking sats cause the IMF hates me. Stacking sats cause the haters don't faze me. No Diddy, no Jay-Z. Stacking the biddy like it's Nipsey and JV. Stacking the biddy like it's paper and Chandy. Stacking BTC like caffeine in my canteen. Life is a game of chess that makes biddies the damn queen. Stacking BTC till they cancel me and I can't stream. Like Biggie, it was all a dream. Now the biddy has set me free.
Brand new caps from my man Sergio over at bitcoincaps.net. President B. Obviously, that's President Bukele's nickname from the Trumpster. And Trumpster's new nickname from Bukele is President T. So I would assume a President T hat is coming soon. And brand new caps. If you like these, make sure to support my boy here, Sergio. He creates the hats for Max and Stacy over in Bitcoin country. as well as JV, the one I'm rocking right now. And he creates the caps exclusively, for Bukele. So highly recommend it. Great quality, great stitching, embroidery, good prices, and fast turnaround time on your orders. I'm not financially incentivized to promote this. I promote it because they're good quality hats, and my closet is filled with them. Virtually my entire closet has like 30 caps from my man Sergio. So if you're going to support someone, support my man. And shout out Sergio on the cap. Looks awesome, by the way. Wink, wink. Let's go.
I'm going, let's video, babe. Bang, bang on the door, baby, never let it fade. Auto house strong, yeah, we built it this way. No one to hold 'em, yeah, we're holding, never folding.
I've always been a rapper, honky cracker, but now I'm a pastor, Bitcoin stacker. Now I'm a master of the Bitcoin standard. Hit 'em up faster than the Bitcoin panda. You can't touch me with your shitcoin flow. Like, do you even Bitcoin, bro? Let me know. Welcome to the Bitcoin show.
Stack the biddies or get the hell out of here. I sold a watch today. I had my jeweler appraise a 18,000 24-inch, 220 grams. I paid 2,000. What make was it, brother? It's now worth 17,000. Don't sleep on gold. That's crazy. I had a solid gold Rolex Daytona with diamonds in the bezel. It was like a 40,000 watch, brand new. And I sold it back in 2018 before moving to Puerto Rico, and I got 2.5 Bitcoin for it. And obviously, 2.5 Bitcoin at today's price, 80 plus 80 is 160, plus 80 is like 220. So that $40,000 watch, brand new, I'll definitely take the Bitcoin all day. So nothing's going to appreciate and accelerate like Bitcoin, not even gold. 18 karat, not 18,000. Oh, I got you, 18 karat. I am going glam. What does that mean? Glamping? What's glamping mean? Fill me in. Glamping. Overall pain from living a good life and a few accidents. Sup, shouty? Pour me a drink, shouty. And it might get a little grainy because it's dark in here today. It's a little darker than usual because the sky is dark clouds today. The sun's not out. So if I get a little grainy, now you know why. Yes, this is the anti-Bitcoin group. Welcome, anti-Bitcoiners. We hate Bitcoin here. We store fiat at our bank because we trust the Rockefeller clan and the Rothschilds, and we love our lizard folks. We love our governments. We love being controlled, enslaved. We love being told what to do. We love, that kind of thing here. Clearly. Glamping is glamour camping. What is glamour? What does that mean? Glamour camping. I understand the word glamour, like glam, makeup. I understand the word camping. Now put those two together. I have no freaking idea what that means. Glamour. So you're going to go camping with makeup on? Am I missing something? I don't understand. Nippinator, the sleepinator is out for the count. Yeah. What the Biddy Catalyst, the Zoom, and the Moon. Shout out Irish coffee. We drinking the Irish coffee, the Italiano coffee. Shalom, the Jewish coffee. For high-end high-end camping. That's where you have like all the technology in the tent? Or are you not even in a tent? You're in like a Winnebago or one of those things that has like everything, a king-size mattress. We love rules, really love rules. We love them so much. Chandy loves being told what to do. Tell her what to do and she's going to respect it. Chandy, make sure you do X, Y, Z. You got to tell her what to do. And Nippinator too. Get over here, Nippinator. No tent or hardship camping, JB. Oh, okay, fancy camping. Sounds cool, I guess. So can you say can I say I'm camping in my room, in my office, instead of sleeping like in the master bedroom and then I just sleep here? You know what I mean? I can put some stars on the ceiling, at nighttime that glow, give it the star effect. Or like in a Rolls Royce, they got the star ceiling. I camp at the Hilton. My man. Imagine travel trailer. Okay. Cubano coffee, man. Well, anyways, let's continue with the news. I know I got a lot to share here. 800 people already on the live stream. So let's transition to our next story of the day. Regarding some Bitcoin adoption, headline here reads, Bitcoin held by publicly listed firms climbed 16% in the first quarter, according to this report by Bitwise. That's right. Total company Bitcoin holdings rose to around 688,000 BTC by the end of the first quarter, with firms adding 95,431 BTC over the quarter. The value of the combined Bitcoin stacks rose around 2.2%, reaching a total combined value of $56.7 billion, with a price per Bitcoin of $82,445, as outlined right here. The total value of the Bitcoin holdings, $57 billion. So yeah, Bitwise noted that the number of the public companies holding Bitcoin rose to 79, with 12 firms buying crypto for the first time here in the first quarter. Well, I guess last quarter was first quarter, but nonetheless this year. The largest first-time Bitcoin buyer was the Hong Kong construction firm Mingxing, whose subsidiary Lead Benefit bought a total of 833 Bitcoin over the quarter, with an initial 500 Bitcoin buy in January and a follow-up 333 Bitcoin buy in February. The greatest month of the year, I might add. The next largest maiden Bitcoin holder was a far-right favored YouTube alternative, Rumble, the uncensored video platform. Shout out to our Rumble fam. For those that don't know, we do stream live on YouTube, X, and Rumble for obvious reasons. One notable debut Bitcoin buyer was the Hong Kong investment firm HK Asia Holdings Limited, which only purchased a single Bitcoin in February. But the announcement caused its share price to nearly double in value in a single trading day. So if you're a publicly traded company, just by making an announcement of adding Bitcoin to the balance sheet, even if it's only one Bitcoin, could most likely increase your stock price. Pretty wild. You may want to think about that. Meanwhile, Japanese investment firm Metaplanet said in an April 14th note it purchased another 319 Bitcoin for an average price of almost 12 million yen, which is just shy of 83,000 USD per bitty, bringing its total holdings now to 4,525 Bitcoin. And I know their goal is to have like 10,000 Bitcoin before the end of the year. However, the company has spent 58 billion yen, which is 406 million, buying its current Bitcoin stack. That's almost a $500 million worth of Bitcoin purchases. Metaplanet was down 0.5% by the April 15th lunch break, which was today at the Tokyo Stock Exchange after closing April 14th, up almost 4%. The Tokyo-based firm's latest Bitcoin buy puts it firmly in 10th place among the world's largest public companies holding Bitcoin, trailing behind Jack Dorsey's Block, which holds 8,485 BTC. So there you have it. And yeah, I mean, is what it is. And speaking of BlackRock, we know is the largest asset manager in the world. They're worth roughly 11 trillion. I started to do a deep dive, a little deeper into like who controls BlackRock. It's not Larry Fink. Larry Fink is just like the face of the company. True power is always in the shadows, never in the public eye. That's common sense number one. Also, Larry Fink's net worth is estimated to be $1 billion. BlackRock controls 11 trillion in assets under management. 1 trillion is 1,000 billions. So he's just the face of the company. So if you look a little deeper, you'll find out which company owns BlackRock. And why is this significant? Because BlackRock and Vanguard have a majority ownership in virtually every publicly traded company in the United States, including MicroStrategy, now known as Strategy B. That's right. Vanguard and BlackRock have their hands in everything. So who's behind BlackRock? A company called Merrill Lynch. Who's behind Merrill Lynch? A company called Bank of America. Which rich banking family is behind the Bank of America? We're on YouTube, so you guys tell me. But a very small group of chosen bloodlines do control the majority of the wealth on the planet. And that's just the tip of the iceberg, yes. But if you do a deep dive, you'll soon realize that, yeah, I'll leave it at that. I got to be careful what I say here. I hope Satoshi does not sell his stake one day, or we may see a huge sell-off. He's definitely, if he hasn't sold in 16 years, he's never going to sell. And then a lot of people believe it's impossible for him to sell because they believe he's no longer here or no longer has access to the wallets. You know what I mean? Chocolate campground, yummy. Sounds like Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. But you have to come so I can meet Mr. Shouty. Bada boom, biddy, let's get it. Bank of America founded by the Paisanos. Yeah, there is two families behind it. There's an Italian family and a very wealthy banking family, which you'll all recognize the name, FYI. There is a phenomenal camping in Mexico City, fam. There's a camp called the Four Seasons and the Ritz. You guys should check it out. It comes with a full bar, full restaurant, and spa. Chosen lizard folk. Bank of America is one of the largest consumer banks of the U.S. The largest institutional shareholder is Warren. Yes, and correct. Warren Buffett's company is primary shareholders there as well. So it's like all these companies are interconnected. But the true power, what I'm trying to point out, will never be in the public eye. Meaning, Warren Buffett, on paper, one of the wealthiest people, but obviously, the true power behind all these companies will never be in the public eye because they're not retarded, right? They're not stupid. And that's why it's so hard to uncover the rabbit trail. You understand? But it all leads back to a select group of elite bloodlines. And we'll leave it at that. Paisanos. But anyways, let me check the X feed again. We got close to 900 people on the stream. Bank of America was loaning to people in Galley in a country when they wouldn't loan to Americans. Oh, word. Best time of the day. I love my bitty fam. Thank you, Chandy. Shout out Jeff Osborne. And just reposting everyone. Reminder, comments and quotes get reposted. President T hitting soon. Send it, Sergio. Are you sick of the 80,000 Bitcoin? Listen to JV. He knows when the breakout will be. That's right. We have a Nipponator indicator. It's practically a crystal ball. I'm practically Miss Cleo in her prime. We all know that was like bullshit, but I digress. There we go. Chandy wants a President T for the President B. I want one for President B, this one, and the President T. Word up. I dig the new caps. I like them. Oh, and the Chandy 10 hat, I saw that in the thread, in the private message with Sergio. It's fire. But I don't want to let that cat out of the bag. When the Chandy official Chandy 10 hat comes out, you'll know it because I'll be rocking it. Thank you, Chandy, for all the love. It's funny you start talking about Bank of America. I just got a Bank of America ad. Can't make this shit up. Lizard folks are always watching. It's just a part of the way things are. Reposted on the reposts of the reposts of the repost.
Now listen up closely, low-key, stacking BTC like Satoshis. In El Salvador with my Bitcoin broskies, raising up the biddy like Bo Hines. Living in a huddle house, we're not the pawns.
Doing, let's biddy up, babe. Bang, bang on the door, baby, never let it fade. Huddle house strong, yeah, we built it this way. No one to hold 'em, yeah, we're holding, never folding.
Bitcoin's dripping like a new Scottie Pippen 80 G's. We're royalty, biddy kings and queens, manifesting the kingdom that's finally come. Playing chess moves, checkmate, we won.
We're raising the roof in El Salvador. Freedom flows, IMF can't hold us no more.
Let's go. Post the repost. Thank you, Watts Miner. Thanks for the biddy fam. Holding it down here at the Bitcoin Cafe. I still got some espresso and it's getting cold, so I'm down in this mofo now. Let's go. Cheers, family. Ah, wow, that shit's strong. Strong. All right, I'm caffeinated up. It's game time. It's the Rothschilds, JV. You guys know. You guys know. Irish coffee, the word retarded is Bitcoin tweeter favorite word. Oh, wow. Yeah, I'm seeing it came back. Everyone's using that word now. I thought I was special. I started using it. I'm like, oh, no, it's like everyone's using it. There's even accounts that have the word retarded in the username. I was like, wow. And they just post retarded people. Like, and when I say retarded, like obviously psyops and things of this nature, such as Katy Perry. She's in that category. Chat block screening the bots. A word. Shit. But anyways, let's continue, fam. Next story of the day, where we leave off. Tokyo. Did we dive into the Tokyo Bitcoin? We did. Okay, next we're going to be discussing. Wait, did we discuss Tokyo? I think we did, right? Let me just make sure. No, we didn't. We discussed Jack Dorsey, and then we got into Metaplanet, so I don't want to skip that. Let's do this one real quick. Headline reads, Tokyo listed value creation vows to add another 700,000 to the Bitcoin holdings. What to know? Value creation plans to add 100 million yen, which is roughly 700,000 worth of Bitcoin, to its balance sheet over the next 4 months. So this is a company to do so. The move would bring the firm's total holdings to 300 million yen, which is roughly 2.1 million USD. The rather modest accumulation comes amid the growing institutional interest in Bitcoin across Japan. And we were just talking about Metaplanet. Their goal is to have 10,000 Bitcoin, and they're well on their way, halfway there. But this is a different company. Value Creation, a Tokyo-listed logistics tech firm, expects to add 700,000 worth of Bitcoin to the balance sheet over the next 4 months. The firm had previously purchased 1.4 million worth of Bitcoin, so they're already Bitcoin hodler, and they're going to continue in their strategy. This fund comes from surplus capital earmarked for future investments, according to the company. Value Creation's move is a tiny one, but isn't happening in isolation. A trend has taken hold in Japan, where companies once cautious are dipping into the pretty bitty as a treasury reserve asset. Several firms of the country have adopted Bitcoin, with energy firm Remix Point, Nexon, and Metaplanet most popular amongst them all. Metaplanet is the largest Japanese corporate holder, currently with over 4,500 BTC on a balance sheet. And if you don't know, now you know. In our next story, we're going to be discussing Trump and Bukele. Obviously, Bukele was at the White House yesterday, which got a lot of attention. Seems like no matter how much it brought makes no difference, or bought, even if 100 billion was bought, looks like it'll be waiting for quantitative easing to start before it really starts. Sweet. What's the WPS stand for there, brother? It is why I say artard. YouTube might not like. Oh yeah, probably don't. We can say artarded. That's fine. That's fine. I like the slang. I hit them with the slang. It's the Bitcoin slang. 2024 dragons. We don't slay dragons. We're dragons that slay. You know? 444. Happy 444, por favor. I'm reposting everyone still, especially Chandy. I wish they'd bloody start. What are we talking about there? Oh, referring to the Trump and Bukele. Cheers. Well, you already know Bukele's began. You must be referring to the U.S. government finding ways to acquire Bitcoin. That's going to be our feature story. Bo Hines said there's so many ways. Let's make our tarted great again. Exactly. Put down the Pop-Tarts and put the R-tart word back in the vocabulary. Google's calling the hogs. What's WPS? I don't get it. Google calling the hogs WPS. What's WPS stand for? WPS. I'm not familiar with that one. 700,000 of Bitcoin. Big deal. MicroStrategy just scooped up 786 million of Bitcoin. There's levels to this shit. 100 times more, right? That is true. They will reserve it all, right? Reserve it for themselves. Now I got the hiccups. Well, guess I'm from the tariff revenue. They can use that to buy the Bitcoin. That's one of the ways. As long as it's net neutral, they can acquire the Bitcoin with it. But yeah, next story. Here's the latest from Trump and Bukele. And first, we'll start here. El Salvador bought more Bitcoin while President Bukele met with Trump yesterday. As you can see, El Salvador's Bitcoin holdings are now 6,147. They've been accumulating Bitcoin since they adopted Bitcoin as legal tender back in 2021. And as you can see, this headline, Bitcoin takes the backseat as Trump and Bukele focus on trade and immigration. That's right. Let me know if you guys watched some of the highlights from this. President Trump hosted El Salvador's President Bukele at the White House yesterday with talks centered on trade and immigration, excluding Bitcoin from the public agenda. Pressing issues of migration, bilateral security cooperation set the tone for Bukele's first official meeting at the White House during Trump's second term. And according to the live stream by Bukele's office, Trump raised the possibility of transferring U.S. citizens convicted of crimes to prisons in El Salvador, urging Bukele to expand the country's prison system to house More prisoners. I said homegrowns are next. The homegrowns. You got to build about 5 more places, says Trump to Bukele. Now, since taking office, the Trump admin deported hundreds of alleged foreign criminal individuals to El Salvador under a $6 million deal between the countries. Trump also addressed the ongoing trade war unleashed by his administration April 2nd, suggesting a potential temporary exemption for automakers aimed at easing the transition of their supply chains. Quoting them here, "I am looking at something to help some of the car companies with it," Trump told reporters present at the meeting, adding that the U.S. auto industry needs a little bit of time to relocate production to the country. The meeting did not touch on digital assets or Bitcoin, unfortunately. El Salvador adopted Bitcoin, as you know, legal tender in 2021, the first country to do so, hence they'll forever be Bitcoin country, pioneering the Bitcoin strategic reserve approach later. Followed by Trump. The U.S. president positioned himself as a pro-crypto candidate during this election, and on March 6, Trump signed the infamous executive order creating the Bitcoin strategic reserve as well as the digital asset stockpile. In the United States, the U.S. currently holds roughly 198,000 Bitcoin, valued at $17 billion as of March, but do note a good chunk of that, practically half of it, belongs to Bitfinex, so they're chopped that in half. Now, El Salvador signed off in a December $1.4 billion loan agreement with the IMF, which we all know, which included commitments to unwind Bitcoin-related initiatives, reducing the public sector involvement with digital assets. And while the Salvadoran Congress amended its Bitcoin laws in January to comply with the deal, the government has continued to purchase the Bitcoin, currently holding 6,147 BTC. And again, they continue to purchase Bitcoin practically every day, 1 Bitcoin a day. And there you have it, yo. And in fact, since striking the deal with the IMF, they've actually beefed that up, purchasing even more than they were prior to the recent deal of $1.4 billion. But there you have it, yo. Let me know your thoughts with the Trump and Bukele Bitcoin presidents uniting. Wi-Fi protected service. Wi-Fi protected service, that's what WPS stands for. The Dow is getting wrecked. That is why they are correcting. 50 Bitcoin will be so nice. Sugar and spice. PJR, Satoshi has video the biddy. Have you come out finally with a real Satoshi? Please stand up. Nippinator comes jumping. They'll start with the bonds and the treasuries being sold by China. Hey fam, shout out Jay Coleman. And welcome everyone joining the live. We got close to 1,000 people here. We're about to jump into a bullish price prediction for the third quarter of the year, a new all-time high. And then we'll share the latest and some net neutral strategies for the United States to accumulate Bitcoin as per Bo Hines over at the White House. There's a lot of ways for the United States to acquire Bitcoin, and we'll be discussing them. My whiskey friend, yeah, I see what you're saying. China selling treasury increases bond market. But what will cause money printing? What will cause it? They need to print money to pay the bills, I guess. Why do they ever print money? They need it. The economy needs it. And if they don't print it out of thin air, everything comes crashing down. So my understanding is they're forced to print and there's no other alternative option. If there was, they would use it. However, they have to print. Inflation continues to go rampant. They continue to lie to you like they lie to you about Katy Perry and billionaires being sent to space. That's the agenda. Name one country that the IMF has actually helped. 0. Bueller. There's already a Bitcoin bong fund, apparently. Bong, ba-bong, gong, strong. Yes, it'll, the bonds, the gold, the safe haven, of course, the biddy, pretty little biddy. Hopefully, El Salvador can pay off the loan, the $1.4 billion. Agreed. Love the gong sound. Well, we got to strike the gong then.
Stacking BTC like Tate versus the BBC. Stacking the biddy like BTC OGs. Stacking BTC on lightning with no fees. Stacking BTC like Snoop Dogg rolls weed. Stacking BTC like Scarface with a nosebleed. Stacking BTC like Shinobi, nobody knows me. Stacking BTC like everyone owes me. Stacking BTC like Max and John McAfee. Stacking BTC accumulating sats so rapidly, so happily. Stacking BTC so casually, no casualties, a galaxy.
Okay, so Dusty Hunt, did you know about that? Chandy? So apparently the WPS is a woo pig suey? The hog call for the Arkansas Razorbacks? Are blowing my mind here today. The woo pig suey. Interesting. Go Razorbacks. That's awesome, brother. Well, thanks for enlightening me. I've never heard of that before, but I just reposted it. I'll check out the woo suey war cry, the Razorbacks, here soon. Curious if Chandy is familiar with that war cry. I would assume she is, being a Razorback. We do have a flawless heart to repost ratio today, 23-23. So thank you guys. And a reminder, new swag, bitcoincaps.net if you want to rock a President B cap. If you're watching, Sergio, I would absolutely rock that one. I like that one right there. President B. I dig it. Bueller. Greg says Bueller. Anyways, before we dive into our next story, be sure to say hello. I appreciate it. If you're just joining us in the chat, we're still streaming, live streaming, living the Bitcoin dreaming, scheming like a young JP Morgan, stacking the bitty. Driving to the cave, what's new? The Bat Cave. Chandy says, yes, it's a part of life here. WPS, we call the hogs at the games. So Razorbacks are pigs. I never even put two and two together. Whole life. Wow. Pig suey. Let's go Razorbacks. Interesting. How did they get the nickname Razorback? Like, how does a pig equate to having a razor blade back, or am I missing something? Is it just like the shape of the spine or something? Me Too, a classic movie, apparently. Good to note. Come on, Biddy, rise up. Like Jesus when he resurrected Lazarus from the dead. Bitcoin's had 10,000 obituaries from the mainstream. From the movie Ferris Bueller, they have Matthew Broderick. Razorbacks are a real thing. Apparently, if you play the hog call in here, the biddy will go up. Is it like a 5-second clip, though? I'm scared because, people post or send clips. It could be 10 hours. If it's like a 5-second clip, I may play it. But if it's more than 10 seconds, I get scared because of copyright infringement. Yes, Ferris Bueller, apparently. Yeah, the 80s horror film Razorback. And there's an 80s... I never got into the horror films. I think I watched like Gremlins when I was like 5, and I'm like, that's enough. Left me with nightmares. Greg, yes, I've seen it. Okay. Apparently, I got to catch up on my pig suey. No, it takes a sec. I'll send you the messages in a sec. All right. Well, we'll play it later when I'm done with the news. We'll do the Razorback war cry for the broskies. Remember to smile. God loves you, and Satoshi blesses you. I updated the Streamlabs. Let me know if you dig the new messages in there. But yeah, remember to smile. God loves you, and Satoshi blesses you. Can I get an amen? Big Boar Razorback creating a havoc. Let's go. Big Boar Razorback. So apparently I'm a Razorback. I'm adopting that because for those that don't know, I was born in 1983, and in Chinese astrology, I'm a boar, which is a glorified pig, right? So I'm a Razorback. I'm repping Arkansas now. It's their fur. It can sometimes look like a mohawk. Oh, so like Nippinator, when he gets tensed up and he's ready to attack, on his spine, it looks like a razor because the hair sticks straight up. So you're telling me the boars do the same thing as the Nippinator. Now it's all starting to make sense. Razorbacks are wild feral hogs that live down south. Oh, okay. Repost the repost of the repost of all the reposts. Exactly. All right, next story of the day as we're approaching the top of the hour, fam. We got 2 more to share with you, so stay tuned here. Let's go. Next story headline here reads, Bitcoin surged to 137,000 by the third quarter, possible if U.S. Treasury continues their liquidity injections. That's right. The U.S. Treasury injected $500 billion into financial markets since February by drawing liquidity from the Treasury General Account, funding government operations after the $36 trillion debt ceiling was hit Jan 2nd, 2025. Macroeconomic financial Analyst Thomas said that this liquidity surge boosted the net Federal Reserve liquidity to $6.3 trillion, and it may support Bitcoin's price for the future, even though the risk assets reflected minimal growth thus far. The TGA represents the government's checking account at the Fed, holding capital for daily operations like paying bills or collecting taxes. A decrease of the TGA capital means the balance has been deployed into the broader economy, boosting available cash for the markets. Thomas explained that the TGA drawdown commenced on February 12th following the exhaustion of extraordinary measures after the debt ceiling was reached. The TGA balance dropped from 842 to roughly 342 billion dollars, releasing liquidity into the system, and targeted liquidity expected to rise to 600 billion by the end of this month of April. The analyst added that the current tax season will temporarily drain liquidity, but the drawdowns expected to resume in May. So if the debt ceilings extends to August, net liquidity can hit a multi-year high of 6.6 trillion, which can cause a bullish tailwind for the pretty little bitty going up forever Laura. So as you can see, the Bitcoin correlation with the global liquidity, as per this chart by Lynn Alden. According to a study by Lynn, Bitcoin has historically moved 83% of the time in line with the global liquidity in a given 12-month period. The research termed Bitcoin a global liquidity barometer, compared Bitcoin to the other major asset classes such as the SPX, gold, and VT, as a pretty little bitty top correlation index with respect to the global liquidity. So let's dive into this forecast here. Anonymous crypto trader Titan of Crypto shared a bullish outlook for the pretty little bitty, predicting the bitty can surge to a new all-time high of 137 G's, baby, by July to August of this year. Let me know if you agree to disagree with the analyst. Here's a breakout formation sensation on the chart, bullish pennant shared by Titan of Crypto. But just do note, before pushing your chips into a long conviction play, Bitcoin must break and retain a position above the 200-day exponential moving average, as illustrated here in the chart. Bitcoin faces resistance from all key exponential moving averages, namely the 50-day, 100-day, and 200-day indicators. A collective reclaim from each moving average on a higher time frame chart could further strengthen the bull case, allowing the crypto to retest its six-figure targets. And if you don't know, now you know. There you have it, yo. And our next story, the U.S. has countless ways to bolster its Bitcoin reserves, according to the White House Crypto Council executive, Bo Hines. But first, I'm going to check the comments. And again, welcome everyone joining us. Leo's watching JV on the TV. He is my border collie mix. Nippinator, one of his best friends in the neighborhood in the corner, is that same breed. Yeah. He loves that dog, by the way. Great, great dogs, border collies. And her name is Luna. Biddy gang. Not for the people. The Wall Street benefits yet again. Wall Street, Wall Street, Wall Street. Hey now. Again, welcome those joining us. 1,100 people here. We're about to dive into our feature story. Let me check the comments again. This is glamping. Wow. So luxury camping, glamping, glam camping. Nothing to do with the makeup. Just living a glamorous lifestyle, but deciding to be in a tent. So be it. I guess if I was a camper, that would probably be the type of camping I do. I don't need any of the fancy fires or lights, but I need some fancy Wi-Fi so I can play some chess or something. I got to stay occupied. Shout out Nippinator. He says hello. Smash the likes, if not for JV, for Nipsey, the real OG here. Bitcoin's an early Bitcoin OG. Satoshi first, Nippinator channeled Satoshi prior to his birth. And Nippinator, 6 years old. Obviously, Bitcoin was created 16 years ago. So approximately 10 years before Nippinator was birthed, there was some miraculous something. And Nippinator channeled it to me somehow. And we first discovered Bitcoin. But first, Nippinator discovered Bitcoin 200 years ago in a past life when he was a tree. Before he came back here as, obviously, as a dog. We can all recognize that for what it is, though we do believe he's Satoshi. He's currently in dog form. But yeah, a couple hundred years ago, Nippinator was a tree, an oak tree, a mighty oak tree, might I add. And I just sent the live link to the WPS that I cut to 9 seconds. Excellent. We can play that to X. Let's do that now before our main event here, our feature story of the day. Thank you, Fairground. Appreciate you. Shout out Bitstack P. And then I'm going to shout out Dusty Hunt. I'm going to check the messages. Thank you for the 9-second clip. We're going to play the Pig Suey for the Razorbacks. Go Razorbacks. Here we go. 9-second clip. It is, though, we do believe. Oh, let me mute my voice on the tube, and we should be able to go. All right, here we go. Wow. So that's the infamous Pig Suey for the Razorbacks. And if you don't know, now you know. Thank you, Chandy. Global liquidity conversation. Please, how many still are in circulation? Nipinator. Settling down. Exactly. I had a feeling in the nips. After was a tree. Exactly. I mean, who hasn't been a tree in their last life? You guys don't think trees have souls? How dare you? I communicate with the trees all the time, regardless if I'm on the ayahuasca or the DMT or the psilocybin mushroom. It's irrelevant. Always say, hello, how are you today, tree? Sometimes I'll hug the tree just so people call me a tree hugger. Give it a kiss, smooches. Biddy Holden strong. Exactly, like a young Jack Mahler's. It's longer, but I had to cut it. Thank you for cutting it. You could just never be too safe out there. Paper says thank you. Go Paper. Pause up. Indicator incoming. Nipinator indicator. You never know, haters. In India, people marry the trees. Do you got to get a prenup if you marry a tree? Show your support for JV and his DNA team. Tap the like button. That's right. Tap it out. You guys ready for our feature story? Let me know. We'll kick it off. Come see the chairman in action, the real chairman, Nipinator. Thank you, Mr. Corvette. All hail the biddy. Let me repost you guys from BTC News Alerts really quick, and we'll continue.
These are round earth fallacies, stacking BTC on a flat earth with no gravity. Stacking BTC, cause Bitcoin is your majesty.
Let's biddy up, babe.
Bang, bang on the door, baby, never let it fade. Huddle, how strong, yeah, we built it this way, know when to hold 'em.
Yeah, we're holding, never folding.
Bitcoin glow, stack it up, let it show. Price discovery, patience, game on, let's go.
Biddy up, Roger out. Nipinator's changing the world. There's no doubt. Now he owns Bitcoin, XRP, and ETH. Are you referring to your hubby? So, Nipinator's regulating. I wonder what in the world. Typically, it's when there's a delivery guy outside. But I hear that the neighbor dogs are barking. Nipinator's not playing no games. Now you know Nipinator means business. You thought he was just some cute sidekick. Here for the likes. You know what I mean? No, he's on a mission. Nipinator's on a mission, and he's not playing. It could be Gensler at the house, for all I know. Lurking around. Good old Gary Gensler. Where has he been? Lurking in the shadows, apparently. But that's why you need a dog at the house, because those shadow folk, or lizard people, whatever you want to refer to them as, they can't get by the Nip. Nip calls them out. He has spider senses. He's like, JV, my spider senses are tingling. We have Gary Gensler lurking in the shadows. Roof, roof. And now I'm alert. I strike the gong. Lizard folk out. Just like that. It's game on. The bark said it all. You don't fuck with the Nipinator. I dare someone to mess with Nip. You just don't do it. Release the hounds. Exactly. Like a young George Burns in The Simpsons. Release the hounds if we have to. That's the first time ever I've even heard Nip go off and bark. Exactly. Usually when the YouTube delivery check comes, they put it on the door and he can sense them at the door and he'll go crazy. Packages, whenever a UPS guy delivers something, he'll bark. So typically when he senses someone that don't supposed to be there, he'll absolutely go crazy. But he doesn't get wild up by like neighbor dogs barking. He doesn't like participate in the shenanigans. He means business. Respect the bark. Exactly. Some people are all bark and no bite. Nippinator, if he's going to bark, he'll take your head off. He'll lock jaw on the nuts if he has to. I've never seen him take it that far, but I wouldn't test him. I would never test the Nippinator. I have a Rhodesian Ridgeback. When he barks, the postman runs away. Smart postman. Both Freya and Valkyrie responded to the Nippinator. Excellent. Awesome. Okay, my dog has a deep Doberman bark, like one of these. Woof. See, sometimes I do the bark and my neighbor's dogs go wild, but they're just like, who's that one? Anyways, yeah, man. Let's dive into our feature story. It's that time already, believe it or not. Mom Spaghetti. All right, fam. Now for our feature story of the day. The United States has countless ways to bolster their Bitcoin reserve, according to the White House Crypto Council executive himself, Bo Hines. That's right. And as they once said in the 90s, Bo knows sports. Remember a good old Bo Jackson? Back in the good old days, I know my broskies do. The U.S. is exploring many ways to increase its Bitcoin reserve without taxpayer dollars, which is the key, including through tariff revenue and revaluing the government's gold certificates. Dump the gold derivatives, please, and trade it for the most hardest asset in human existence. Yes, please. According to the executive director of the Trump administration Crypto Council, quoting him here, we're looking at many creative ways, whether it be from tariffs. There's literally countless ways, like the Ethereum max supply. There's infinite ways in which you can do this, Bo Hines said. I agree 100%. And that was in a recent interview he did with Mr. Pompliano, the CEO of Capital Management. Let's go. Mine said the Treasury could revalue its gold certificates, valued at $43 per ounce. Ain't that crazy? There's gold certificates, which is pretty much gold IOUs, gold derivatives, and they're only valued at $43 per ounce, when an ounce of gold is going for now more than $3,200 per ounce, creating a paper surplus to fund the Bitcoin purchases without selling the gold. Can you say gold manipulation? You got to keep them manipulated. Quoting them here, everything is on the table. And like we have said, we want as much as we can get, so we are going to make sure that no stone is unturned. I repeat, they want as much Bitcoin as they can get, and they're going to go by any means necessary to figure out these infinite ways, whether it's gold certificates or these tariffs, but they're going to acquire as much Bitcoin as possible, according to Bo Hines. So respect to Pompliano for putting together this interview. The Bitcoin reserve will initially comprise assets, as we know, forfeited to the government criminal cases, but allow for the government to develop budget-neutral strategies. That's the key word. As long as it's a budget-neutral strategy for acquiring the additional Bitcoin, they're allowed to do it, according to the executive order. And during the interview, Bo Hines said the White House is also developing a digital. Why don't they rename the White House to the Orange House? I mean, we got an orange president, Bitcoin orange. Why not? Just a thought. Framework outlining how the U.S. plans to support the crypto innovation, promote the U.S. dollar stablecoins worldwide. Quoting them again. I'll provide clarity on many of the aspects of the space, whether it be from tokenization to staking, all sorts of the things, Hines said, adding that the Trump administration has been moving rapidly to make America the crypto capital of the world. We're moving at tech speed. It's like we're a startup in this building. We'll continue moving this along quite quickly. The report Hines referred to is expected to be published late July or August. Hines wasn't asked to address some of Trump's potential conflicts of interest in the crypto space, including the controversial official Trump meme coin and the Trump family business venture we know as World Liberty Financial, which has been raised by the opposition party. Quoting Predator, I watched the interview in full. Pomp did not ask about, number one, how much Bitcoin the U.S. government owns, the internal audit, which we're all awaiting, that Trump admin told us that should have already been completed, and number two, Donald Trump's growing list of, I'll let this load up, cryptocurrency space, including Trump Coin, Melania Coin, WLFI, MetaPlanet, USD1, Binance, etc. Number three, Bo Hines' involvement in the RTR pump and the dump scheme. And the donations Bo Hines received from FTX executives, I wasn't even familiar with all this. Good Lord. Definitely need to address that. Number 5, the Trump family business's closeness with Justin's son. I didn't even know that one. CZ and various other controversial figures on whether there is a quid pro quo happening. What is that? Quid pro quo. Is there quid pro quo happening amongst them? What are your thoughts? Broskies, do clue me in. Last month, House Representative Gerald Connolly referred to the Trump token as a money grab. I have to agree with that. That resulted in Trump-linked entities cashing in on over $100 million worth of the trading fees. Was that necessary, Trump? Representative Maxine Waters, everyone's least favorite individual on the planet, also criticized Trump's meme coin January 20th, referring to a rug pull, while claiming the launch represented the worst of crypto. I dare say the Hawktua launch was a little worse, but same basket. The White House AI and crypto czar, Mr. David Sachs, said the Trump meme coin was nothing more than a collectible. How retarded are we? Come on now, guys. It's a beanie baby, apparently. Hines also wasn't asked whether the U.S. completed an internal audit of the Bitcoin holdings, a task that was supposed to be completed within 30 days of Trump. Executive order established a strategic Bitcoin reserve, which we're all waiting upon. But what are your thoughts? I do think that the White House will be stacking a lot of Bitcoin. The question becomes, how much will they go for? Michael Saylor and Max Keiser are proposing for the Trump admin to purchase up to 5 million, which would be 25% of the Bitcoin supply. Cynthia Lummis's bill is suggesting purchasing a minimal of 1 million Bitcoin, which is roughly 5% of the supply. But you guys let me know your thoughts regarding Bitcoin adoption for the United States Strategic Reserve. Holla. And I'll read your comments out loud. Welcome everyone to the Q&A segment of the live stream. I'm going to stick around for a bonus hour. And yeah, we'll kick it. We'll kick it, fam. Day off today. I had to train my own. Right on. You can just feel we're about to roar. 2024 Dragons. Speaking of roaring, here's a song called Dragon Roar.
They flew through the FUD.
They knew they were Luna bound.
They played in and slung a little mud. What they did was have each other sick and spit out the Bitcoin sound. They spread hope with their dragon fam, singing ditty jammy jams, working with their 5th Lev G Dragon family, JVC and Nate family. Hodl gang dragon so legendary. They flew through wars and
shout out to the Hodl gang. Where you at? For those that don't know, one of the many ways to support us, for those in a position to do so, for less than 10 cents a day, it's, I think, $2.97 a month. You can become a member of the Hodl Gang, which is simply a membership on the channel. And you're going to notice everyone with their name in green with a loyalty badge, which is a star with different colors next to their name. These are members of the channel supporting us here on the tube. So I want to thank everyone who is supporting us in that way. If you're not in a position to support us through the memberships, you can still support us just by watching the stream, as you are, apparently. Repost the stream, comment, quote, subscribe to the channel, spread the word. It's greatly appreciated. That's how we hack the algorithm. We are the resistance.
political storms, Satoshi armed fire-breathing champion.
And thank you for the reminder, Streamlabs. Remember to smile. God loves you, and Satoshi blesses you.
Champions of the Bitcoin, sharing the message, lighting Bitcoin flames, fire breathing truth, preaching, fighting for financial hope and currency change. Music lit, words so high.
Only a dragon can spit. Yeah, it's like a way to get people to use Bitcoin and make it worthwhile to them. 10% discount is nothing to sneeze at in the current economy. Precisely. Agreed. Shout out the Oracle. She just gifted 5 memberships of the channel. And these are MicroStrategy memberships, which are superior to the Hodl Gang membership, just FYI. I believe MicroStrategy memberships are $4.97 a pop. So she just blessed you guys. Shout out to Andy, Markowitz, Locksky, Ralph, Debo, and Jay Dibs. Have y'all been blessed and hooked up with a MicroStrategy membership of the channel on behalf of our very own Oracle. So show our Oracle some love and make sure you're following her on X. It's a must. JC Ice baby. Din, 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 din. And always feel free to drop your X link in the chat. We appreciate that. This gong strikes for all the new members and for JC, which is our Oracle.
Not only a dragon could spit, lit, rip, rip, lit, lit, rip, rip, fiat with was burning and Bitcoin
was on fire. Do you guys want to do some music videos today? Yesterday we did a pump watch because we were pumping. We've been doing quite a few, but today we're down 1,000. I updated the playlist, so I was really wanting to do another one. But it's up to you guys. What do you want to do? I'm going to hang out for another hour or till the top of the hour. So whatever you want to do. And again, welcome all the new members. We appreciate your support. Cheers. Love the cap. Which cap are you referring to there, broski? JV, I like the new Streamlabs. Glad you like it. We updated Chandy's links as well, so her links are finally working on X. Bitcoin was on fire. Strange, though, because there's like 20 auto messages programmed in Streamlabs, and I only saw the one today, which is God loves you and Satoshi blesses you. But I don't see the other like 19, which is odd. Streamlabs has a mind of its own, apparently. But I did update a ton of them. I didn't just put one new quote in there.
was on fire. The tide was turning, they had spent some time learning.
Damn, your PC crashed. That's why I got to upgrade to a Mac. They don't auto crash like PCs. Updating the Samsung Magician. What the hell is that? For my SSD drive. Oh, that sucks. Well, welcome back, brother. I appreciate all the hearts in the chat too. Thank you. So yeah, I'm up to suggestions. If you want me to play videos, we can do that. If you just want to keep doing what we're doing, we'll jam out audio wise. Just listen to some Chandy jams, read comments, whatever you guys want to do. Let me know.
They had a yearning for victory through the earning. They had tickets for an outer space flight, launching from a VIP dragon-only rocket station, prep for feeling a...
And of course, Chandy has some brand new songs, which are pretty lit. And again, we updated our playlist last night. But whenever we do the next Pump Watch, we'll have all the new music included.
Milky Way, high kind of delight, doing the young moon, just a pit stop, but they had to be patient. The Bitcoin Dragon team isn't weak, they're not greedy, they are unique, they're not sheep.
Well, yeah,
Dragons aren't sheep.
Da-da-diddy doing, so they knew they weren't done with their work, no time to take a vacay. But soon they did pause to applaud the 100K. Puerto Rico bound, the dragon wings rested, and they were taking it easy on a private jet. Whoa, undergunning in Puerto Rico.
Then they got back to work.
You can't stall or tame a Bitcoin dragon. A number 10 mountain bird dragon. Whenever back down, a CNA dragon will always stand its ground, breathing fire to protect the house, the HODL house. These dragons were given the gift of a flame, meant to light the world orange, painting a brighter picture
With the Bitcoin vision.
Oh, dragon, never underestimate a Bitcoin dragon's God-guided passion or its loyalty to humanity and Satoshi. Dragons, our flame is your light, burning bright on fire, guiding you to the Bitcoin truth, the Satoshi light. Oh,
My favorite part coming up.
yeah. 2024, year of the dragon, hear it roar. Bitcoin, hear it roar. Dragons, hear them roar. HODL gang, hear them roar. Peanut Fred, hear them roar. Chandy 10, hear a roar. Paper, hear a roar. JV, hear a roar. Nipsey, hear him roar. CNA family, hear them roar. Satoshi, hear him roar. Ross, hear him roar. Bitcoin kids, hear them roar. Wise owls, hear them warn. Bitcoin, watch it soar, soar, soar.
Going, we've won this war.
2024,
We don't slay dragons. We are dragons that slay. It's the Bitcoin way.
It's the Bitcoin slang. It's the Bitcoin play. Do yourself a favor, listen to what we say.
Let's go. Fire track, by the way. This is our Dragons track from 2024. Welcome those joining us. Moving, what does that say? 480 gigs of the full node data. Oh, snap. And downloading the rest through the Bitcoin Core. Almost there with a full node. Congrats, brother. How many of you are running nodes? Let me know. HODL gang, where you at? The monthly technicals are looking great. Strong buy across the board. There we go.
Dragon power rocket.
Nipinator indicator. What are you licking, Nip? Is it the bunghole or the paw? It looks like the paw. His paw's up. All right, he's not licking the bunghole, so different signal, but a signal nonetheless.
Power, Bitcoin power, unstoppable, unbreakable, undefeatable, competent, and capable, loving and unchangeable.
Solana seems to be popular for some reason. Yeah, the reason it's so popular is the speed and the fees. So it seems to be the go-to meme coin platform. So a lot of the meme coins we see launched from Libra, all these rug pulls, Trump, Melania, what are the other ones? Haktua. These are all Solana meme coins.
Passionate and untamable. What a beautiful bitty high.
Look at your DM, JB, please. Dark Trumponomics hat on the way. Snap. Awesome. And for those that don't know, there was a cap created the other day, which we shared on the stream, and it said Trumponomics, just like we got the Bukele-nomics caps. And I know JC ordered one. Excellent. I'll check that one out. I'll share it with you guys.
2024 year of the dragons.
Wow. So you ordered the black on black? You can't see it, so it's more incognito, but I find that to be gangster. It says Trumponomics. It's black on black. There's embroidery. I know it's hard to see with the glare, but pretty lit. I dig it. Trumponomics, baby. So that's if you want to be more incognito and not make it too obvious. You know what I mean? Stay under the radar a little bit. Pretty lit. I dig it. The black on black.
The doing, doing, doing.
The doing, doing, doing. We should be running nodes, even running miners, even a desktop miner. Trying to strike a chord, and it's probably a miner. Busted. We are the Bitcoin network. It's more we contribute to the stronger the network. That is true. So get your nodes up, folks. Lizard folks can't take all of our nodes down. Exactly. That hat is gangsta for the gangsters, of course. I like Chandy's new hat, but I'm not letting the cat out of the bag. Once it goes out, it goes out. I've seen some advertisements of mining USB sticks. Is that something true or false? I don't know what to believe. Believe nothing you see and half of what you hear. John Gotti. There's Bitcoin and there's poop coins. Some people like the poop. Some people eat their own poop. I mean, to each their own. Who am I to judge? Only God can judge me. I've seen... All right, so I like the black on black hat. I have once again go on the Bitcoin shirts and hats shopping spree. Awesome. Dragon, never underestimate a Bitcoin dragon. JV, show them the mock-up. You want me to show them? It's pretty lit. Is that the final version, though, or are you still working on it? Let's see. I know I got that in my chat here somewhere. Sergio. I think it's pretty lit. It's the traditional camo, but there's obviously a blue dragon circling the Bitcoin symbol in the center. And then it says on the side, Chandy 10 music. But it's obviously not spelled properly in that particular photo, but I dig it. I definitely rock this one. Very unique colors. A very bright blue with the bright orange with the camo. That's a winner. That might be a top seller. There's going to be a premium charge for that one. And who knows? Maybe Chandy will put her signature on it for a bonus. You never know. With paper as well, Nipponator, whatever it takes. But yeah, let me know your thoughts on that one. I know the glare does it no justice, but it's pretty fucking lit. I dig it. Pretty sick. That is nice, says Shortcoin. Get your pre-orders in now before they're all gone. Just saying. Sergio offered to make me one. I am so very honored. Well, I do orange, that blue, camo, and gray in most of my videos. Fact. Made it to the cave. What are you doing? Are you doing like a young Bodhidharma? The story of Bodhidharma, like in Chinese culture, like back in the good old days. He was meditating in a cave and he wanted to reach enlightenment, but he kept falling asleep. So he ripped off his eyelids. And then he meditated, reached nirvana, Buddhahood, and those alleged eyelids turned into like some sort of flowers or something like that. That's the legend of Bodhidharma. So I was just curious, are you doing the meditation in the cave like a young Bodhidharma? Let me know. Which miner is the best? Not the children ones. I'd say Bitcoin mining. Melda. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yes, nerd miners, but I see one stick is very slow, so I would have to build me a USB stack with a stick for the project. We're not much into the shitcoins, but I looked at the chart on the daily shows lower lows. A descending trend line equals bad. So you think short term we're going to drop significantly there, Greg? Get a small bit axe, gamma, cannon, nano, 3, word. Camo 1 is fire. Yeah, I like that one as well. I like that one. Because one of my faves is the Bukele camo one, and that would be the Chandy camo. And then we got the JV camo for the CNA, which is the white camo I rock. There we go, Streamlabs. Subscribe to No One Daily Bitcoin Pod. Non-subscribers are... Wait for it.
They not like us.
Facts. If you're not subscribed to the channel...
They not like us. They not like us.
You might be a miner trying to strike a chord or something. I'm just the Ash Ketchum of caves. I gotta spelunk them all. Whatever spelunk 'em means, exactly. Hopefully you can hotbox that bitch. Enjoy it, brother. I have a Trezor thinking of upgrading. Any suggestions? Personally, I'm old school. I think the Trezor is fantastic. Kendrick.
They not like us.
Yeah, if you don't smash the like or repost the stream on X or do something to help hack the algorithm, guess what?
They not like us. They not like us.
I don't make up the rules. You might be a Drake for all I know. I might have to hide my little sister from you. I don't even have a little sister. Spelunking is cave exploring. Wow, I've never even heard of that word. I thought it was just something facts made up. Spelunking. We're Chandy. Write that down. We'll put that in some bars. Spelunking in the caves. Spelunking. I love spelunking. I'm going to spelunk in my bedroom later. Cold Card is the best Bitcoin-only hardware wallet. Agreed, but I would stress if you're new and you're not familiar with hardware wallets, it's more advanced, a little more complex for the average newbie. But if you have a little bit of experience or you're just looking to learn more, I highly recommend the Cold Card, and I agree. It looks like a little calculator. It's very nifty, and it never touches your computer. And that's the beauty of it. What do we call that? Air gap or something like that? Air gap technology? Like in the sense, it never gets plugged into your computer, ever. It has like a little memory card, and that's how it, communicates with the transactions and all that. It's pretty slick. You know that pic I showed you of me filming a guy in a cave for news from way back in the day, JB? They are training to save... No way! They're training to save the spelunkers. Wow. I have a ledger that I started out with, but now I only use it to hold a little or moving around wallets and lightning wallets. Right on, Bitstack P. Yeah, I also used to use the ledger specifically for my alts. And then it's probably the least, in my opinion, it's my least trusted wallet. So I don't really use it. And I don't really have much of alts. Alts, I consider my petty cash. If I ever need cash, I just sell some shit coins that I've been holding on to maybe for too long. Another way to say cave exploring is cave spelunking. Wow. I swear I've never heard of that. But yeah, do note that the Cold Card does not hold altcoins. It's Bitcoin only. So it's a Bitcoin Maxi wallet. I must admit, Trezor is very user-friendly. Yeah, it's super easy. Agreed. It's as easy as it can get, in my opinion. And it's still a trustworthy company. even though they're inexpensive and, they've been around forever, they're really good. Really good. And it's an open source company, good company, trustworthy company. Yeah, air gap, like Wi-Fi or Bluetooth, not a wire, but may as well be if it had an IP address, which it can be reached or accessible. The cave is an Indian burial ground. Oh, snap. Are you going to be summoning the spirits of the Indians? It's good to learn something new every day. This is so true. Spelunking, Darth Melda. I think Melda's next username is going to be Spelunker Melda. Melda Spelunking. An actual air gap wallet never touches your computer and is a Swiss bank on. Yeah, exactly. Never touches your computer. Exactly. So it's the most secure way to hold your Bitcoin that I'm aware of. But let's not get it twisted. Trezors are very safe as well, but they do plug into your computer. And only if you're half retarded will you end up getting hacked. I know someone in real life who is half retarded, literally because he got hacked and he was stupid enough to believe that the exchange support was real customer support, ended up being a scammer in India, and convinced him to plug in his wallet while he was on the phone pretending to be support. And guess what they did? Wop, stole the bidium. Done deal. Paper money eventually returns to it. Thank you. Yeah, Streamlabs. We had to add Voltaire there so I don't have to quote Greg every day. Paper money eventually returns to its intrinsic value. 0. Exactly. Maybe I'm spelunking. Maybe Nippinator wants to start spelunking together. We'll start searching the caves for missing artifacts. Maybe we go to Antarctica. I mean, we see what technology is really being hidden from the masses while we pretend to be sending ladies into space with Baphomet insignias on. Tangent, do not put it on my lap, motherfucking top. Fiat is not money. What is it? It's lizard folk paper. Can you plug the Trezor into an iPhone? Maybe if you have a certain adapter. Not that I'm aware of. Yeah, so my recommendation, if you're trying to use Bitcoin on a day-to-day basis for something, I would use an online phone wallet, and I'd put a little bit of Bitcoin on it. Never put your life savings on like a hot wallet, such as like Exodus, or there's a ton of them out there. Trust Wallet. Coinbase has their own wallet separate from the exchange as well. But you can use it for day-to-day transactions if you're just wanting to use sats and whatever, right? Like when I went to El Salvador, I threw like $1,000 worth of Bitcoin onto my mobile wallet on the phone. But naturally, you want to keep the lion's share protected like a lion on a cold storage device that's not connected to your computer, obviously, right? Common sense. But yeah, I've never seen anyone plug a Trezor into an iPhone. So if that's even possible, it would require a special adapter, but I don't even know if it's possible. I posted some pictures in the Discord of the cave. Nice. Thank you, Fax. And for those not in the Discord, it's discord.cryptonewsalerts.net. We have like 20 channels of chat. It's all free. I encourage you to join us. Roses are red, violets are blue, Bitcoin is orange and belongs in cold storage. I like that. Bitcoin is orange, belongs in cold storage, and it's going up forever, Lorage. I like that. Who stole my porridge? The 3 little bears. Who's been sleeping in my bed? Nippinator. And again, welcome. 14. Wow. We got 1,420 people here, so happy 420. You can buy Bitcoin on the Cash App. That's true as well. You can use the Cash App to buy the biddy. Pretty little biddy. Biddy's over. The biddy's the king, no diddy. Roses have thorns, but Bitcoin has bull horns. Don't ask me why. Okay, ask. Because I keep rewriting the Tariff song over. You're still writing it? It's already perfect. And I have a 18-page song, so it's complicated. Because get out of here. 18 pages. Good Lord. It's going to be an 18-minute song. Then I Sono Music it and find magic and tragedy every step. And I am about to just keep on trying. We're multiplying like a young saving Private Ryan. Exactly. I'm with you, JB. So if you want to use some of your Bitcoin, you just transfer some into your preferred interface. An example, Coinbase, and use what you have in there. Yeah, exactly. You can even use, if you really wanted to use like the exchange or something, you could even use that as a wallet for a transaction. Don't recommend it, but there's no right or wrong. But bigger picture, secure your Bitcoin in cold storage, not on a device or connected to anything. It's going to be the safest way to keep it. And if you need to use something, send a little bit on your wallet. Easy peasy. Common sense, right? My Trezor never touches my main computer. I have a laptop. See, Oracle takes it a step further. She has a dedicated computer specifically when she does a Trezor transaction. Smart. Turned on when I'm transferring sats to my wallets. That's because you trust nobody, and I'm in that same boat. You just never know. You don't know what you don't know. Cash App is a great hot wallet. There you go. Trust Wallet, Cash App wallet. Coinbase creates their own wallet. Exodus is a great wallet. Strike has a wallet. A lot of them have Lightning capabilities as well if you need a Lightning wallet. You know what I mean? Well, what happened is I thought about China. Oh, China. Chandy was thinking about China. And Tiananmen Square. Tiananmen Square. It's a beautiful square. Tiananmen. I've been there, by the way. And then Tank Man and the Orange Connection. The Orange Connection. The Bitcoin is great. And how China blocked the orange from the Google search when my friend was there. The only secure computer is the one that's turned off. Is Cash App safe? Strike and Cash App is what I use. It's the Oracle's go-to, preferred. Then I started hitting the China hard in the lyrics and talking about all that. I got a little, might get ended if I put it on. So I definitely wanted to tariff China. China. It's a great country. China. It's a great country. I run my own node, Umbrel, and I have my wallets connected to that all offline. I use the cold cards as my second option on my multi-sig. This holds the bulk of my Bitcoin. I have my ledger set up separated. You got to keep them separated. Dun, dun. Cash App is safe-ish. I only keep 1,000 there in Biddy Max. Then send it to the sunken boat called Titanicer. Good old Titanicer. I wouldn't keep much on the Cash App, maybe just enough to use daily. JV, you're a seal. Pretty much. Cash App is as safe as any hot wallet. Only put as much as you're willing to lose. It's an exchange. Nacho keys, nacho coins. If you're going to have the nachos, make sure you get the jalapenos for the spice. I guess you have separate cold wallets as well. Wouldn't be a bad idea to have multiple cold wallets. Depending upon, obviously, your situation. But, yeah, man. Dragon, never underestimate a Bitcoin dragon. Let's play a little of Bitcoin Army. You ready, broskies? Yeah, very easy. Over 100,000 sat sends for free. Leo just put his ears up, and they stay there. Biddy Army.
Attention, set Bitcoin army, listen up. Huddle gang, rise up. We go left, right, left. Bitcoin is the IQ test. They bound us in chains, we broke them with blocks. Ghosts of Satoshi pop the locks. Bitcoin goes doing, 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 doing.
The doing. The slippage is pretty bad on volatile days, though. You might end up buying your Bitcoin 1,000 over the spot. Yeah, when I was doing trading a while back, I experienced the slippage firsthand. So you got to definitely be careful with that, or you end up paying a lot more for your Bitcoin. Exactamundo. Left, right, left.
rise, we found the flame. Mountain cities, tiny towns, forged together we're the orange race.
I'm a member of the HODL gang in the Bitcoin army.
A bull stacking sats, guarding calmly. Orange pilled, wearing bitty camo swagger. Roller coaster junkie with a BTC dagger. Came from the silence, woods knew my name.
Cabin on the edge, owls call me to my claim. Quartz in the rock, fire in my chest. Left, 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 right, left.
They can't decode what the spirit encrypted. No backdoor hack, no keys getting lifted.
Sorry to interrupt. Love the song. But we got a bulletin from Peter Schiff. Breaking news. The Peter Schiffmeister says, before Trump was elected, most of the big names in the biddy shared my same concerns about the U.S. economy, deficits, inflation. But while I recommended gold as a hedge, they recommended biddy. However, since the Trumpster was elected, my outlook has remained consistent. They have done a complete 180. However, despite their newfound optimism on the U.S. economy beginning to outlook regarding the debt and the inflation, they still recommended the biddy. The question is why? If the problems they once worried about are truly being solved by the Trumpster, why hedge against it with the biddy? The second is that their bullish outlook on the biddy is no longer based on debt or inflation, but on increased demand coming from the U.S. Strategic Reserve, foreign governments, institutional investors, and they expect to buy the biddy for reasons having nothing to do with the debt or the inflation. The third possibility is that they never really had any conviction regarding the U.S. economy, debt, or the inflation, and just exploited those talking points to pump the biddy. Now that Trump is president, they just revised their script and they keep pumping the biddy. Poor Peter Schiffmeister. Someone welfare check to the house. Stat. And whoever just subscribed to the channel, I appreciate it. Wow. Super chatted. Shout out Luke. I see you subscribe, brother. Welcome. But yeah, there's the Peter Schiffmeister. The latest. Left, right, left.
Guard in the flame, can't break what's real. Bitcoin is truth. It's the winning hand, the real deal.
Till the roof comes off. Till the lights go out. Till my legs give out. Can't shut my mouth. Till the smoke clears out. Am I high? Perhaps. I'ma rip this shit till my bones collapse. There's a certain feeling you get when you reel and you spit and people are feeling your shit. Chandy.
Dying Bitcoin army pushes BTC.
We're the HODL gang, we rise, we ride. Bitcoin army, walk with pride. One by one while the fiat crawls. March with fire, never stall. One truth.
The Oracle says I have two hot wallets that I use to pay the bills, buy the groceries. Strike is my favorite for paying the household bills, and Cash App for the food and groceries. That's awesome. Peter Sniff does not like the Bitcoin. I can't figure that one out. His family loves it. Sniff is such an engagement farmer. He is literally losing people millions of dollars to pump his old gold bags. Precisely. Peter Schiffmeister, the infamous.
One chain, we answer the call. Stacking sats with every breath. Left, 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 right, left.
Exactly, facts. Nailed it. Bitcoin is Peter's daddy. Peter's papa.
Not for the banks, we're fighting to use our own money. We're bunkered down and ready when the system wants to FUD me.
Decentral mind can't trace this route. Even NSA can't figure me out.
They hedge with noise, we answer facts. While they chase pumps, we don't relax. We play chess like royalty, we're not pawns.
Call me Magnus Carlsen in this bitch.
Dragons lighting the sky orange in the digital dawn.
Greg says gold versus the biddy. Since the Bitcoin inception 16 years ago, Bitcoin's up 150 million%. That's something I should add to Streamlabs, just as a reminder. In the same period of time, gold is up 220%. Choose wisely, broskies. I think he identifies as sexually attracted to the Bitcoiners. Who are we talking about? You're talking about Peter Schiff. This is how he gets our attention and turns. Yeah, he's an engagement farmer. Whoever said that earlier hit the nail on the head, because it's going to wow up or rile up all the Bitcoiners engaging, and then we all have to share our 2 Satoshis to the FUD. So it's smart. We should do the same thing about gold every day and make him comment our shit. There's a lot of the boomers that have switched the gold-backed 401ks to the biddy-backed 401ks. Smart people. I store my biddy in my head. Peter is anal about his storage. Facts. Oh my God, why is everybody so funny today? I gotta go help my husband pack the trailer. Thank you for tuning in here, Short Coin. Send our regards to the hubby and tell him to sell the XRP for the Bitcoin. JV, tell him. Nippinator gave the indicator. Tell him that. Ricky Norwood, welcome to the live stream, Ricky.
Fringe, we never flinched. This isn't a dream, no need to be pinched.
Rooster struts, dragon roars. Wolf wants in, owl keeps score.
As far as the Biddy versus the Mag 7 in the past 2 years, Biddy outperformed by 24%. Take that. So much for being magnificent, 7.
We see the grid and we don't forget.
You went from being magnificent to insignificant. Mag 7.
Left, 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 right. Dun, dun, dun.
Bitty soldiers march forward, up
Where my Biddy army at? Make some motherfucking noise.
and down. Never gonna sell, we don't sell out, have no doubt. That's a Roger out.
Gary sold his soul. Mr. Gensler? Yeah, of course he did. Long time ago. Oliver Velez is another guy who is very pro Bitcoin. Right on. Like, what is he? Is he a content creator or is he like a government official or like who is he? An X account? I need to finish the video. I have all the clips. I have the clips for both songs ready. I just got to finish them. Right on. Like I said, no rush. Whenever they're completed, and we'll be glad to premiere them when the time comes.
Right. Don't get going, bitty soldiers march forward, up and down. Never gonna sell, we don't sell out, have no doubt. That's a Roger out.
Yeah, so FYI, this is the Bitcoin Army song, one of the new tracks by Chandy. She's working on a music video to go alongside it. There's currently a teaser, which she did post on X. If you guys haven't checked that out, make sure to do so. Feel free to drop the direct link, Chandy. Amari bought another 3,000 sats on Cash App. Score! Congratulations, Amari. This gong strike is for you, beautiful girl. Well done. Well done. So he has a pro trader for 45 years or so, and he puts 85% of his wealth in Bitcoin. He has a community. Oh, okay. Right on. Well, shout out that guy. Word up. 45 years of trading. Good Lord. I don't know how he survived. 85% of the wealth in Bitcoin. Right on. Good stuff, fellow Bitcoiner. I know you guys are not in a hurry. It's driving me crazy. Maybe if you play the music video again one day, I'll be inspired and uplifted. Wink, wink, JV. I take requests if there's a particular video. You guys let me know. I asked you guys earlier. No one said anything. So I'm like, oh, I guess no videos. I take requests. Go Amari. Yeah, she's crushing it. Well done. If only your brother was stacking sats like you, Amari, he could be positioned for the rest of his life. So, Amari for the W.
Pump it up, don't you know? Pump it up. You've got to pump it up.
Pumping it up. It's too old. I don't have that one on. A different one. Something newer, like in the last 3 months, newer, will be on here. Any video requests. The top ones are ADGs, Bitcoin Sharks, Bitcoin Rooster Dragon, Bitcoin Presidents. Might be a good one considering Trump and Bukele just linked up. That would be my vote. I can play Bitcoin Presidents if you want. There's so many, though, of course. So many good ones to choose from. We have ADGs. We're still in the 80s. No, I'm not answering my phone, JV. Well, tell Amari to pick it up.
don't you know? Pump it up. You got
Pick up the phone for your mom, Amari. Please.
to pump it up. Don't you know? Pump it up.
All right, Chandy is voting for Rooster Dragon. I vote Bitcoin presidents. Whoever's the next person to choose Rooster Dragon or Bitcoin presidents. And Oracle says both. Good Lord, I can't win. That mean we got to hit them with both? Presidents is really good, says Chris. We can only play one. All right, I'm doing the presidents. And maybe I'll play Rooster Dragon after. But that's a maybe. There's no guarantees in life, Chandy. I accidentally did by turning one song into at least 3. Oh, snap. I know. See how they do that to me? You give them an inch, they take a foot. One love, CNA fam. DJ Wednesday, holding it down. But yeah, let's play a music video. I want to play Bitcoin presidents out of respect for President T and President B, who just recently linked up at the White House. But yeah, enjoy the music video. And feel free to drop the direct link to the video if it's up on X, Chandy, and enjoy. I'll be right back. Let's see, presidents. This is the one. Enjoy.
Now there's a few less misplaced terrorists on our land. Trump and Bukele make their stand. A survivor alliance, a best in the world leader, kind of highest. Maybe alliance. Borders locked, planes in the sky. Prison they earned, a lesson they learned, least they escaped the urn. A judge wrote orders, tried to demand, but the plane was gone, already off land. Too late to turn, oceans away, Bukele said.
Oops, too late.
They touched down, head shaved clean, marched in rows, no more schemes. Steel doors closed, the chains held tight. Justice served before first light. Some men bear burdens most never could. Decisions made not for want but for should. Bukele walked where others ran. Justice wasn't vengeance, it was the plan. MS-13 held the streets in blood. Extortion, fear, corruption's flood. Now inside, CCOT fate is sealed. No more terror, streets can heal. Trump called them animals, spoke the truth. Now the system answers proof. Borders locked, criminals bound. Bitcoin rises, nation found. The world said it can't be done, but Trump and Bukele made them run. Fiat fades, Bitcoin reigns. Hash wars start, the game has changed. Doing, doing, doing. Tell them that justice is round the bend. Tell them that truth's gonna come again. Tell them that Bitcoin's rising now. Trump's gonna cut you down. Bukele's gonna cut you down. No. US debt, fake money high. Printed out, watch nations die. Stock market ain't the star in the sea. The star is BTC, set it free. Man on a mission, 2-year clock. Hash wars coming, nations locked. Fiat's weak, the end is near. Bitcoin stands, nothing to fear. In CCOT's walls, they now confide. Bukele stands, no place to hide. Once plagued by murders, now numbers fall. His people's trust, heeding the call. Trump's mandate clear, borders defend, protecting citizens, steadfast to the end. Both leaders stand, unwavering hands, guiding their nations, fulfilling demands. The orange pill stands where leaders rise. Justice reigns, truth survives. Trump saw the weapon, Bukele took aim. Sovereign money, no more games. Trump saw the weapon, Bukele took aim. Sovereign money, no more games. Ledger don't lie, can't be erased. proof of work, the code is placed. Fiat falls, the debt runs wild. Bitcoin stands pure fortified. Doing, doing, doing. Tell them that justice is round the bend. Tell them that truth's gonna come again. Tell them that Bitcoin's rising now. Trump's gonna cut you down. Bukele's gonna cut you down. Different lands, they walk their path. Both men refuse to bow their heads. Some say fate is just a game, but how do you explain two men the same? One saves a nation, the other the land, and Bitcoin moves in both their hands. Was it coincidence? Was it by chance? Out.
Biddy up, Roger out. All right, as a bonus, this one's dedicated to Chandy. It's the Bitcoin Rooster Dragon, the legend.
In the hills where Bitcoin flows, where the weak hands fall and only the strongest rise, he was born. Not just a beast, not just a bird, a warrior, a protector, a legend. When fiat attacks, he doesn't run. When the system crumbles, he stands tall. He is Rooster Dragon, and this is his war.
He's a biddy-loving Rooster Dragon. He has lady dragons and hens to protect. He's got the doing passion. He needs that Bitcoin.
Needs the doing of the Bitcoin. Wake up, time to biddy up. Dragon roosters up, yup, upsetting up. Yeah, you heard me right, I said rooster. Roosters up, yup.
They say a dragon once roamed the skies, fierce and free with fire in his eyes. And deep in the valley, a rooster stood tall, guarding his land, no fear at all. Like a honey badger, he don't care at all.
But when the thieves came, when they tried to take, the rooster fought back, but the odds were great. The dragon saw fire in that rooster's soul, so he gave him his power, made him whole. Bird, bird, bird is a word.
Now he's more than a beast, more than a bird. Born from the code, you've heard the word. Rooster Dragon ain't just a name. He's Bitcoin's wrath, he's playing no game.
This ain't Play-Doh, he ain't Pinocchio.
He's just another part of Bitcoin lore. One more tale in the high dollars war.
He's got the cock-a-doodle flame that can burn right through. Fiat falls when he flaps wings, cut them in two. No, 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 no. You know he ain't gonna just like the Bitcoin.
Won't ever die.
Oh, no. Hackers, scammers, bankers beware. Try to touch his Bitcoin, he don't care. Nah, he don't play, nah, he don't trust. Fiat's weak and the system's dust. Fire in his breath, lightning in his wings. Sharp like a spur when the war bell rings. Ever seen a rooster dragon when he's ready to fight? Spurs like blades, strike fast, no light. Eyes locked in, puffed up with pride. One wrong move and he'll take that ride. Don, feel the score.
Trying to take his Bitcoin, man, that's a joke. He'll light up the sky, leave your feathers smoked. Rooster pride, dragon might. Step to him and his flame on sight.
They call him a legend, a myth, a beast, but he's stacking sats, never missing a feast. Crown on his head like a king of the chain. Strike once, twice, leave them all in pain.
He's Rooster Dragon, he orange pills with a flame. He guards the hen house with passion. He rules the roost in the lair too. Ain't no thing for a biddy holding Rooster Dragon. He's a Bitcoin holding alarm clock, and he is warning you.
He said, step back, just stop. I got mine, not giving them nor my keys or cheese to you. Cause I'm a rooster dragon. Buy your own dang Bitcoin. I'm known for wake-up calls, cock-a-doodle-doo.
I've warned you.
Doing, 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 rooster dragon. A fiery strut and feathered bitty stallion. Going, doing, doing, with his pretty bitty Bitcoin. Watch him strut, he ain't no toy. Yeah, out in the hills where the Bitcoin flows. Guarding that stash, yeah, everybody knows. Scales like a Libra's and electric blue. Got rooster in his blood, watch what he do. Flames from the jaw, got talons like steel. He'll peck out your soul if you try to steal. They come with the arrows, the slings, the stones. But rooster dragon stands alone. He's rooster dragon. Yeah, claw swipe, tail whip, knock him out.
You think Sailor's a badass?
That's a fact, but Sailor's got nothing on Rooster Dragon. Rooster Dragon got the heat to stack the upsets like a strategic reserve. Yeah, I keep slipping, Lizzie folk mess with him. Y'all got some nerve.
Hell no, bro. Trump talking big, yeah, bring that back. Ain't no weak hands in this orange attack. But then they dumped it down to 80 G's.
Rooster Dragon saw red, nah, he ain't pleased. Grumpy as hell, flames start to rise. Claws on the ground, thunder in his eyes. Try to shake him, he just gets meaner. Bitcoin still king, Rooster Dragon the cleaner. Rooster Dragon the cleaner, they don't come no meaner.